The Wireless Cookie Jar Project by Khan Nguyen and Kevin Nguyen. Khan eats a lot of cookies at work, but hates it when he gets up from his computer and walks all the way to the kitchen to find an empty cookie jar. If only there was some way to check whether the cookie jar is empty or not, without having to leave your seat. The objectives of this project is to design and implement a system that can record and display online how many cookies, in a percentage, are left in the cookie jar. An extension for this project, if time permits, would be a dispensing unit, which would use a servo to dispense cookies. We'll press our button. The initial design of this project is pretty simple. We have a cookie jar, which is weighed by a load cell circuit, which sends an analog signal to the Arduino Due to process. The Arduino Due is also connected to a Wi-Fi shield, which connects itself to the internet via a wireless modem. Since it's now connected to the internet, it can send data to a web server, which then stores that information in a database and then displays that information in a Rails application. This allows local users, external users, and smartphone users to access it via the internet. We encountered many problems with the initial design. Firstly, the Wi-Fi shield didn't work. We were not too sure if it's a compatibility issue or maybe it was just a faulty product. Secondly, the Arduino Due had many compatibility issues. Currently, it does not have many libraries available which are available on the Uno, which hindered our progress a lot. Thirdly, we could not host a Ruby on Rails project since we did not have its server or domain available for us. So we had to refactor our design and change our approach. The final design that we decided over the weeks. So firstly, we have a cookie jar, of course, and then we put a cookie in the cookie jar. This cookie jar is then weighed by the load cell circuit, which sends an analog signal to the Arduino Uno. The Arduino Uno is then connected to a Bluetooth shield, which we've used previously in our labs. That Bluetooth shield allows Android devices to connect to it. So the Android device will run an application which communicates with the Uno, and then retrieves the data of how much it weighs. And then it sends that information via the internet to a PHP script with a HTTP post request, which sends a JSON object, which involves the cookie level and the current timestamp. That information is then stored in a Postgres database table, and then we have our main page, which retrieves information from the Postgres database and then displays it in the form of a image and a few charts. Okay, for the demonstration, we have the cookie jar, which is the jar. We have the cookies, of course. We have the scale and the circuit for it. So the op-amp is here and the resistors there. It's all plugged up and connected to the Arduino. And as you can see, the two lights are flashing here. That means it's ready to be connected, the Bluetooth that is. So we set that up here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the Android app that we developed, which is this. Firstly, it will ask for permission to use Bluetooth, so we'll allow it. Secondly, we'll have to pair the devices. So we'll click the cookie device, and it's connected. So immediately you can see that it will detect no cookies. Okay, so we're gonna fill up the cookie jar now. Okay, and now we're gonna press the button on the Android app. So as you can see, on the Android app, it says the cookie jar is full. Now if you check the website, it should correspond the same way. So click refresh, and see, it's 100% here, and it'll show you the timestamp. Oh, that's it. Okay, okay, so it would take two cookies out, and press we update the button again. It will reduce to 80. As you can see, it responds again, and we check here again. You can see that it decreased. And if we continue to do that, and so on, so it will just keep decreasing. empty the jar. No cookies. And it will show 0%. Okay, so this is the dispensing unit that we made. So as you can see, the cookie jar is almost empty. And if we press the button, a cookie jar gets released and it gets updated. So in summary, overall, we believe that we have achieved our primary objective. We had lots of fun and learned lots about embedded systems, Android development, PHP and Postgres, and we had a lot of cookies. Thank you.